Okay, so the title of the work is Pond Life, and then there's a subtitle which is Albertopolis and the Lily. And this title I chose because the first overriding title of Pond Life for me works very well because it allows a lot of room for interpretation and it's quite playful and fun, and it feels a little bit like going down under, submerging when you go down into the underground. And a lot of the creatures are from what would be in a freshwater pond, so salamanders, small tortoises, some sort of snakes, and also larvae like dragonfly larvae and water beetles and tadpoles. So that all makes sense with that title. The subtitle, Albertopolis and the Lily, is a much longer story, but I've tried to explain within a film. So I've made a 25-minute film. The trailer's in the station.
I'm very hungry for knowledge, but within that search, I'm aware there are many different sides to the story. The information I present today is motivated by my surprise that the area around Gloucester Road and South Kensington are linked to the Crystal Palace, and through this, they are linked to a lily from the Amazon jungle.
So she really rooted the work here in the locality. So she did some research on kind of the local area and started looking into Albertopolis, which is basically the area of the Natural History Museum, the Science Museum, the Victoria and Albert Museum, all along Exhibition Road. And that was created with the funds from the Great Exhibition. So she kind of drew that thread back and started looking at the Great Exhibition, and through that discovered that it was designed by this incredible architect kind of gardener. He wasn't trained at all. He was a guy called Joseph Paxton, and he based the whole design on the structure of the Amazonian water lily. So within this work, I would say that the water lily is definitely the protagonist. All the other historical information kind of holds up the water lily and really roots it in the kind of local area.
I find it really problematic that this lily has attached to it a name that was given to it in, 1860s, and it's because it was supposedly discovered, as it were, by people who were exploring Guyana, and they were asked to explore Guyana with a kind of double agenda. So they were exploring the plants, but they also were mapping the territory, supposedly for colonial reasons. So it feels very difficult immediately to just use this name. The name was given to the lily by people who are from Britain, and the name is Victoriana Regina, and it was in reference to Queen Victoria at the time. I find it so problematic that this is the name that's given to this lily, and this is, you can't shift it. It could apparently have an easily more shiftable, we could lift this name off it and call it by its common name and things like this, but the actual real technical name just really is given to a plant, and that's that. So when we were making the film, I felt a little bit problematic that I didn't want to call the lily by its formal name.
So I invited Monster to do this commission 5 years ago. It's been through loads of different journeys. In that time we've had COVID pandemic, and we decided to do it at Gloucester Road, which is a site we've used many times before. The thing about Gloucester Road is that we have a disused platform in the station, so we can be really ambitious. We can do sculptural work in a way that we can't do anywhere else on the network, so it ended up being a really good fit for Monster and the kind of work she makes.
I'm an artist. I have an eclectic practice, which means I work in many different mediums, and I will choose the appropriate materials and medium to make the specific work happen. So I'm quite open, and I've got a performance practice, which is more like a theatre practice in a way, and I also sometimes would be known for sculpture and installation as well.
The pieces that Monster's made were made out of cardboard, masking tape, kitchen roll, bog rolls, all sorts of things. And she crafts them together into these big cardboard shapes. She then sends them to us, and we make them a little more firm by packing them out and stiffening them here and there. We then make rubber moulds of them, and those rubber moulds we fill with a plaster-based material. And that's the thing that you see on the platform.
When you first looked at it, we didn't really understand what we were doing and the piece itself, because it came in pieces. It was all cut up, but when we started to get involved with it, we realised what we were working with and how much fun it will be in the end. So it's actually been a lovely process. I feel quite privileged to be doing it, to be honest with you, because it's actually, it's something that we didn't think was possible to do. Do you know what I mean? Like, and then when we started just putting our heads together, figuring it out, you realise that you can basically do it if you have enough experience and enough people around you and enough confidence, it will work. So it's been really nice to learn that.
What I'm doing right now is putting silicone on the sculpture. This bit is like the finishing process of the silicone, so we're like smoothing it out and then adding white spirit over it. So I'm just using this tool to kind of make it all look nice and smooth and pretty.
It goes from a brittle substance into an extremely hard substance, and then the longer we leave this will turn into as strong as rock. So the first few days it's almost a crumbly mess like that, but then the longer we leave it and the more substrate we put behind it, the harder and harder it will get, until the point that we can get a hammer and you hit it and it won't break.
It's going to be really rewarding to see it up there and be like, oh, we made that, or we were part of this process. So it was even like rewarding to see it come out here. So seeing it in Gloucester Road in its full glory, it's going to be really good. I'm quite excited about that.
Oh wow, it looks lovely. Oh,
I mean, the
it
lighting
looks so
is not fine.
cute. Yeah, it does look cute. The
I think
scale's
the
really
baby was
good.
great.
The scale's great. I'm here because of the fact that you have to be here at night time when the trains are not running to check some of the things, and also that they're trying to keep them wrapped up so that there's a fun reveal when the opening happens. So I'm here to check the lighting specifically tonight. You wonder about green, don't you? Green. That is so bright. Oh right, really? Oh, look, amazing! Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, and then number 12, please. Number 12? Yeah, I do like number 12. 12 is working. It looks like we're telling a story suddenly. It looks like we're in a Ghibli studio animation.
Yeah, totally.
It's like suddenly came to life in some strange way.
This morning was incredibly exciting. It's years and years of work from so many people all comes together in this moment, and it's the best part. The launch morning is the best part of my job. Seeing the responses of the general public, which have been incredible this morning, is really exciting for me.
Today is amazing because it's open to the public, and a lot of people who are actually just coming to use the underground are enjoying it or seeing it for the first time. And also there's a nice thing in that it's open to the public as an opening, like a launch. So there's also a specific public that are invited and anticipate it and see it. So it's many different reactions, and it's all at the same time. It's very exciting. But I guess one of the things that's quite good would be to take a little bit of more time for me to actually observe and see how the regular Londoners are responding. But at the moment, I'm afraid they've been looking at me in this sequin costume, so it's hard to know if they're enjoying the sculpture or the combination. But I think it's curious, and people are quite delighted, so I'm excited at the moment that I think it's working, yeah.
I think I just want people to kind of have something that changes the way their day's going, changes the way that their journey's going, just brings them out of the everyday kind of journey that they're going on. So I think it's just that the work has a dialogue in public with the audience. You know, it'd be great if people go away and learn a little bit about the history, but I don't think it needs that, this work. I think it's kind of, whether it's joyful, whether it's surprising, whether it lends you to thinking about like the history of this area and the colonial links to where the lily came. It was extracted from the Amazon. There's so many different levels. I don't really mind how the audience engage on those levels. It's up to them. But as long as it kind of stops someone and opens up their mind to thinking about something in a different way, like just changes the perspective.